Hey beautiful soul, welcome to my channel. My name is Shar Smith, creator and owner of Luminous Soul Love, and today we are doing a deck review as well as a deck interview for a Yogic Path Oracle card deck. So I'm really excited about this. I wanted to share this with you guys. If you have not done so already, go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit like for this video, and also make sure you share this video with a friend that would love to learn more about this beautiful deck that we are about to review, and also learn more about how to interview a brand new Oracle or Tarot deck. The deck interview that I'm doing towards the end of the video will work for both an Oracle and a Tarot deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. So initially we have this sleeve on the actual box here, and it is gorgeous. Let's just look at that. It's beautiful, okay? Oh, the deck is originally by Sahara Rose and illustrated by Danielle Noel. And so when we look at the back of this particular sleeve here, it says, embark on a journey of awakening and self-discovery. It's a keepsake box that includes a 54 Oracle card deck with gilded edges and a full color guidebook. Now, I will say that for a lot of you, it may be a deal breaker that this particular card deck does not have gilded edges as it promises. So, something to consider, but not necessarily a deal breaker for me. But like I said, I know some of you it's a deal breaker, but just something to be aware of. This particular set includes the guidebook, the keepsake box, the cards, and of course the card box. It also says that the Oracle is steeped in the wisdom of the Vedas. This ancient yet visionary deck is a tool to access your yogic intuition. Illuminated by ethereal artwork, the cards provide insight into the present and guidance for the future, connecting you to your inner wisdom and unlocking a deep understanding of self. So this is going to be amazing. Again, this is the front portion of the sleeve here. And so now when we dive into the actual box, guys, how stunning is that? Like, it's beautiful, and you can also see the gold embossing on the box. And then when we turn it on the side here, it does have that magnetic fold or flap there for you, so it makes it easier for those of you who have disabilities and need to use one hand, or if you are trying to juggle more than one thing at a time trying to open this box up, it makes it easier for you to access what's inside. And so when we look at the bottom here, we also have a beautiful mandala gold embossing on it as well. So very beautiful with the details and everything that were considered in making this particular packaging. So when we open it up, we are immediately met with these words here, this engraving that says, may these cards bridge you to your higher self. And so we then get into the guidebook. That's the very first thing that we see, and look at how stunning that is. I mean, the color is just so very vibrant and enticing. Like, it's gorgeous. I love it. And then on the back here, of course, we have another mandala. It's not embossed in gold like the front is, but it's still a very gorgeous guidebook. And then when we pop it open, look at all of that color. It is literally stunning, and it's in full color from front to back, guys. Like, that is amazing. And so it makes it easier, especially when you are new to this particular deck, or if you are new to Oracle reading, period. It makes it a lot easier to get to know the deck and the cards that are there. And so going back to the packaging here, we do also have this ribbon, which makes it a lot easier to pull up to get the contents out. So this is the actual card box, and if you can see here on the inside, there is another gold or another symbol here embossed in gold. So they really have taken time to consider the entire process of opening the box and just having that full experience. So it's really, really cool to see there. So, and I definitely appreciate this ribbon. Oh my gosh, it makes life so much more easier when trying to dig the cards out, you know what I mean? And so here we have the actual card box, and it does match the sleeve that we saw earlier, so that's pretty cool. Especially for people like me who don't care to carry around the bigger box when traveling. this smaller size here makes it easier to travel with the deck, so I greatly appreciate that particular feature. Now, something that's on this particular box that wasn't on the bigger one or the white one are the finger or thumb prints here to make it easier for you to open the box with. But as you can see, like it literally, it's easy to just pull it up. So again, very considerate of individuals with disabilities trying to access the deck and, you know, use it and things of that nature. So immediately when we open up the box, we are met with this beautiful mural of flowers, and so it's very captivating and just very enticing throughout the entire unboxing process and trying to actually get to the main feature, which of course is the Oracle deck. So it's really cool that they've included that as well. And here again, we have that ribbon to help us pull out the deck and access it a whole lot easier than most other decks make it. And so it's really cool. Well, not the deck itself, but you know, the packaging that other decks come in. This is a lot easier and well thought out. And so inside, again, we have that gold embossing there, and it's very stunning, very beautiful. Again, I do caution you, just something to be aware of. It's really easy for the box to slide, and so just be mindful of that as you are, you know, using the box or picking up the deck or what have you, to pull out the cards. And so when we look at the actual deck, guys, I am in love with the back of these cards. Like, it's beautiful. Look at that. It's so freaking gorgeous. Like, it's just, you can't even be mad at that. Real talk, you can't be mad at that. So here's what the cards look like, fanned out or spread out. And then we're just gonna go ahead and take a look at a lot of the cards here. Now, I will be honest and tell you that I could not wait to open this deck. I did originally film I did about 36 minutes worth of filming for this unboxing, and the video did not save correctly. So here we are doing this video again, but that's perfectly okay. Everything in divine timing. So all that to say that as we go through some of the cards here, you will see some of them upside down because I've already spent time with the deck and shuffled, okay? All right, so the very first one is Vada. And as you can see, Danielle Noel does not disappoint. Like, baby girl is, she's on top of it always. So here's Brahma. We have Sita. And just look at, oh my gosh, that is just stunning. Danielle Noel, you're not surprised by her artwork, but it's just always so magical to see it in the finished product, because she's done several other Oracle decks as well, and tarot decks actually, I believe. But her artwork is just stunning always. This one is Dharma. Now, I'm not going to go through every single last one of the cards in the deck because I want to leave something to be desired, right? And make sure that you still have that experience of that wow factor when you're going through opening the deck for yourself. But these cards are very stunning, very stunning. Now, in terms of durability, you know, they are pretty good card stock. I didn't look up the card stock before starting. Let me see if it's on the box here. It may or may not be. But the cards are pretty sturdy, very good stock here. My only gripe is trying to shuffle the cards, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment when we get to the deck interview portion of the video. But I am a little afraid of bending the cards because of the gold embossing or engraving on the back of them. So I don't know, maybe it's just because it's a brand new deck, which is usually the case, and you know, once you break it in, you're good to go. But I always try to be careful and make sure, because they're so beautiful and I don't want to tear them up. All right, guys, so now we are just going to dive into a few things here. The very first one is making sure that you are aware when you have your first deck, or you get a brand new deck to actually break in and things of that nature, you want to make sure that you cleanse the deck. And so a lot of people may ask, well, why would you need to cleanse a brand new deck? Well, because there's energy infused in the deck, right? So somebody has to actually print these off and package them up and send them out, right? And in my case, I purchased my cards off of Amazon, and so somebody, you know, had to go into the warehouse and pick the deck up and things of that nature. Like, there's just an exchange of energy that's happening from beginning to end, which is why the deck in and of itself, the energy that it emits is so powerful, because the creators, so Danielle Noel and Sahara Rose, have literally infused some of their own light energy into this deck. So you still need to cleanse it and align the deck to your particular energy frequency. And so what I like to do is, typically it's something that's intuitive for me, but with this particular deck, I've just knocked 3 times. And then I say a small prayer that I have created, or at least added to, I should say. There is another oracle deck called the Shaman Oracle, if I'm not mistaken. The Mystical Shaman Oracle. You guys hear my candle, the top to my candle going haywire. But yeah, so it's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and there is a poem or a little inscription inside there that says, before there was time, before there was language, there were the sacred symbols. And so I really loved that particular message, and it just kind of stuck with me. And so what I did was I added my own little prayer to the end of it to make it more of my own, and incorporate the intention that I have set whenever I'm doing my oracle readings and things of that nature. And so whatever your prayer is, just make sure it's something that is personal to you and incorporates your intention to be protected and to be covered in light as you do your readings, and to welcome in your angels, your spirit guides, and your loving ancestors, okay? So again, I've knocked 3 times, and that's just to clear the energy that was there. And then I'll say my prayer here. All right, and so now we're going to go ahead and dive into the deck interview. Now, for those of you that are curious, the deck interview that I'm using is by Untitled Chapter. And so if you are curious, you can find them on Instagram. Again, they're Untitled Chapter, and I'll have them listed in the description below so that you can find them. But the reason why you want to do a deck interview is so that you can understand, first and foremost, the personality of the deck that you have aligned with, right? So you want to understand how the personality of the deck. You also want to understand how the deck wants to be used. And so it's going to tell you a specific time periods within your life to use the deck. And I don't mean like a specific time of day necessarily, but whenever you're doing different rituals or routines, or looking for certain types of information and things of that nature, like the deck will literally tell you how it's supposed to be used, how you're supposed to be using it. It'll also tell you what the deck thinks about you. It'll tell you how it wants to work with you. It'll tell you what mindset you need to be in when you're using the deck, and it'll also tell you how it wants to be cleansed and how it's going to help you take action. Lastly, it's going to walk you through how to meditate with the deck, and then it's also going to tell you about the ritual. So it's going to reveal what type of practices you need to be using it in. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to go ahead and finish shuffling the deck one more time. Just an intuitive feeling, and then we're gonna go from there, okay? As you guys can see, I'm like really scared to to shuffle the deck here the normal way that I do, so we'll see. All right, so we have position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're stuck together, guys. Brand new deck. 7, 8, and 9. So these are turned sideways. Well, we'll just do them that way so we know what orientation they're in, sideways, upside down, or what. But all right, and so in position number 1, this is going to tell us about the deck. So it's going to give us the deck's personality. And in position number 1, we have, oh, it's upside down. Position number 1, we have China Master. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at that. And it honestly looks like, version of the, let's see. Reminds me of the Devil card in Tarot. Well, let's see. And I'm basically just flipping through here. And that's China Master. And 13. There we go. All right, so China Master is the goddess of radical self-transcendence, okay? So the card came in upside down for us, and so it says, China Master has come to tell you that you are giving up too much, who you are, what you have to offer, your divine gifts and love. You have lost your head in the pursuit of helping others, and it has left you confused, empty, and numb. It's time to set boundaries, to remember who you truly are. You don't need to sacrifice your individuality to gain appraisal and acceptance. Instead, use this experience to go deeper into your truth, and you will come out on the other side as more self-aware and empowered than ever. And so basically what this is telling me, based on the position of card number 1, this is basically saying that this deck's personality is all about the truth. It's all about revealing your true self and who you really are at the root of things, and becoming aware or gaining that awareness of the boundaries that you need to have in place so that you specifically, or you personally, can thrive, and you're not constantly in a position of self-sacrificing, if that makes sense. And so this deck's personality is all about getting to the truth, or the root of the matter, the problem, or of who you are. So making you face your shadow self, and being honest about what you need and how to do it, right? So that's pretty cool. All right, so position number 2 is all about how the deck wants to be used, okay? And so for position number 2, we have Pratyahara. Okay, so if you can see that, we'll go ahead and look that up in the book. All right, so we have Pratyahara, and it is right side up. This card, the essence of this card is all about control of the senses. And so right side up, the meaning says, recently you've let go of some distractions in your life, and everything has upgraded since. You've realized that holding on to things, food, stimulants, or people only keeps you anchored to the physical world. Truth lies in letting go of all that is not you. The daily coffee, piece of chocolate, social media addiction, or need to buy. Those were once such a part of your identity, but have now diminished. This is a time to go deeper into Pratyahara and let go of any attachments, even those that are less obvious. Continue to meditate, which draws you immediately into Pratyahara and illuminates and illuminates what it is you are holding on to. It is only from here that you can listen to the truth within and act accordingly. So again, it's very clear that this deck is all about making you face your inner self, your inner truths, and honor them to create boundaries, okay? And so this deck wants to be used in order to create boundaries. So for a lot of you, and this is just the deck interview for me, myself personally. This isn't for you if you're watching. Your deck interview is definitely going to be different, right? And so for me right now, it's funny because today I had to establish a boundary with a client. And so it's really interesting that this is the energy that's coming through in regards to why this deck has come to me and how it's going to help me. All right, so position number 3, we have karma upside down. Now, position number 3 is all about what the deck thinks about me, right? And so let's go ahead and find that in the guidebook. All right. So karma, the essence of this card is the sum of one's actions. So in reverse, it says negative karma. Sometimes we take a wrong turn and move away from the direction of our dharma, our true self, the path that we're supposed to be on. Right? At first, it can feel like a poke, which becomes a punch and can eventually manifest as an accident if you continue to ignore it. This isn't the universe going against you, but rather sending messages that you're taking the wrong course and should shift gears to come back into alignment with your dharma. Take a break from social media, television, and all social obligations and use that time to reflect. When did things begin to be difficult? What decisions did you make around that time? What alternatives could have been better suited for your soul's purpose? State your commitment to surrendering to your highest self and doing the work it takes to get there. Things will change as soon as you do. So guys, this is this is funny because I've been struggling with trying to not necessarily take better care of myself, but just struggling to really, how do I want to say that? This is funny. I've been finding it challenging to establish different things in my business. And by that, what I mean is this particular direction that I'm going in is one that's unfamiliar to me. And so I've just been really trying to establish new goals and new boundaries for the new path that I'm on. And I've been finding it a bit challenging because it's new territory. And so it's really, really interesting that basically Spirit is saying, hey, you need to just step away from everything really quickly and ground yourself. In essence is what this is saying. I need to step away from what I think I should be doing and just take a moment for silence to reflect and allow intuitive insight to come, right? And so that's really, really cool. All right, so the next one is position 4. All right, and so position 4 is all about how this deck wants to work with me, right? I'm not going to try to pronounce that one. I will just show you the card. I'm really not sure how to pronounce that, but again, bear with me a few moments while I look that card up. All right. All right, so the essence of this card is the sacral chakra, okay? And it's right side up, and so it says sacral chakra, the chakra of creativity, abundance, and pleasure. Let these words be your mantra. Find what fills your cup and pour it all over the canvas of life. This is the time to put your creative projects first, the very ones you've had on the shelf for months. This is also the time to work on shifting your relationship with money and see it as an energetic tool that can bring you great freedom. This is also the time to focus on pleasure. What makes you feel turned on? Learn more about Tantra and cultivate Shakti, the divine feminine energy within. Dance around your living room and luxuriously oil your body. Treat yourself the way you would a lover, for you are your life's greatest love. All right, so in position 4, this is again how the deck wants to collaborate, right? So the deck just wants to help me expand or create, establish, and expand on creativity, abundance, and pleasure in my life. And so lately, to be quite honest with you guys, I have been a little consumed with trying to figure things out and map everything out. It's just the human design manifestor 1-3 profile in me, right? And so I always have to have all of the information and always have to, have a plan, quote unquote, in place together before I feel like I can take action, right? But it's not necessarily the case. It's partially conditioning in terms of having to have it all together. I am naturally designed to gather the information and to research, but I don't necessarily have to have all the answers and all the facts before I can take action. Imperfect action is better than no action always. So it's definitely hitting home right now. All right, so position number 5 that we have Danya, Dhyana, Danya. I may be mispronouncing these, guys. Please forgive me if you are very familiar with some of these names and terms or what have you, but I am fairly new to some of them, and so I'm not sure how to pronounce them. But here's this amazingly illustrated card that is in position number 5, and position number 5 is going to tell us about the mindset. So when we think about the mindset of the deck, this is just telling us the perspective in which the deck is going to communicate. So it's important to have that information so that when you're doing these different readings, you can kind of make sense of what's coming through, especially if you're having a hard time resonating with what the cards are telling you. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and look up this one here. All right, so the essence of this card is concentration and meditation with the intention to know truth. Guys, this deck is not playing. This deck is all about discovering and finding, recognizing, bringing awareness to the truth, facing it, and using the truth to set and establish boundaries to better protect myself, elevate myself, create and expand abundance in all areas of my life. Like, this deck is not playing. So in the upright position, it says, when was the last time you fully became immersed in what you were doing? Danya is when the dancer becomes the dance, the singer becomes the song, the painter becomes the paint, the lover becomes the love. There is no difference between the doer and the deed. You merge as one. You have pulled the Danya card to remind you that now is the time to transition from doing to embodying. Find that which you can merge with and practice it fully. Become the words in your journal, the asana in your practice, the nature with which you surround yourself, and notice your presence expand. Okay, cool. So while we're doing this deck interview, getting to know the deck, it's in turn helping me to understand exactly what next steps I need to take with the process that I'm in, and shifting the focus of my business. So it's really, really cool. All right, position number 6. Position number 6 is all about how the deck wants to be cleansed in between uses, or every couple of weeks or so. At least that's how frequently I cleanse my decks. Some people do it once a month, some people do it twice a month, some people do it every day. It just depends on if you're utilizing your deck for yourself, or if you're utilizing your deck with clients, or if you and someone else both have access to this deck and you guys are sharing it, right? Which is, in my recommendation, don't do it. You need to have your own deck, because the deck needs to know who it belongs to in terms of energy, what energy it needs to resonate with, in order for you to get clear messages in your readings, okay? All right, so we're talking about how the deck actually wants to be cleansed, or, energetically balanced. And in that position, we have PETA, and PETA came in upside down. But guys, look at that card. How stunning is that? That's beautiful. I know I've said that about all these cards, but yo, can you blame me? All right, so let's look up PETA. All right, page 33. Okay. All right, so the essence of PETA is powerful, strong-willed, and feisty. This is the fiery dosha. So in the upside down position, reverse, has the fire you were fueled by now burned you? When PETA is upside down, chances are your fire has depleted. Perhaps you were so focused on the next step that you forgot to remember the greater picture. It's easy to become caught up in the day-to-day when Peta is in command. However, too much pent-up fire can cause anger, agitation, and impatience. Allow yourself to go with the flow. Life doesn't always go your way, and that's what makes this beautiful. Ease and grace are your mantras, and cooling fruit and vegetables are your medicine. So for those of you that are a little confused, this position again is all about how the deck wants to be cleansed. And the main message here about Peta is going in flow, right? So having the awareness and the intuitive direction to just go with what you intuitively feel needs to be done. And so when you talk about cleansing the deck, this could be a white light meditation. This could be me knocking 3 times. This could be me sitting it on my slab of selenite or placing my selenite wand on top of the deck, saying a prayer and letting it sit there for 24 hours. It could be me cleansing it using the power of the moon. Like, it could be a million and one different things, but I just need to follow my intuition and let that be the guiding factor in how I actually decide to cleanse the deck. Okay, so it's really interesting to see how this is coming through, but for those of you that again that are a little confused and may not necessarily know how to apply the message, you need to pay attention to the position of the card and the question being asked. Although we didn't physically ask a question, the intention behind the whole deck interview is to get to know the deck. So this is all about the deck and how it wants to communicate with me and its relationship with me. And so in this particular position, it's all about how to cleanse the deck. Okay. All right. So position number 7 is all about action. So this position is telling me how this deck is going to help me take action in my life towards the original purpose and intention of it coming into my life, which is to create boundaries and to create balance. Okay, so we're looking at position number 7, which is all about action. So what action is it going to help me take? In this particular position, we have pranayama. So let's go ahead and take a moment to look that up. All right, so let's see. All right, pranayama, page 69. Perfect. All right, so pranayama, the essence of this particular card is control of breath. All right, so with pranayama, right side, oh wait, let me make sure. Yeah, pranayama right side up. So you have inhaled the beauty, joy, and magnificence of life and exhaled the toxicity, stagnancy, and dullness. Now it is time to use the prana energy you have cultivated deeper towards your truth. With this control of the breath, you can control your life. So where would you like to go? If you're seeking more rest, tranquility, and luxury, breathe slower. If you're seeking more energy, speed, and rajas in your life, breathe faster. Through pranayama controlled breath, you can decide how you want to feel and when. Begin the study of various pranayama practices such as alternate nostril breathing and breath of fire. Use it in your life to magnetize your direction. All right, so this is basically going to help me take control and establish a clear destination, if you will. So a clear intention behind the boundaries that I am creating. So remember, when we initially started, the deck's purpose is to help me create balance and establish boundaries. And so when you talk about me taking action, it's the readings that come through, or the messages that come through in each reading. That's going to always be the intention of the deck and the perspective and things of that nature, but it's the action that is going to help me take beyond just establishing the boundaries. Is okay, once I've established those boundaries, what are those boundaries going to help me do? How are they going to help me improve my life and experience more joy, abundance, beauty, etc., in all elements of my life? Okay. All right, and so now we go into card number 8, and this particular card is all about meditation. So this is how I can meditate, and that's so cool. You see, there's a gentleman on here meditating, right? And so I can already tell this card is all about wisdom, right? Because we see so many depictions of the third eye, and so the name of this one is Atman. So let's go ahead and take a look, and that one was right side up. So we'll go ahead and take a look. Again, that position is number 8, and that's all about meditation. How I can meditate with the deck. The double meaning for that particular position is what mindset I need to be in when reading the deck, right? So there's a perspective the deck is going to have when it delivers the messages, and then there's a mindset that I need to be in while reading. All right, so here we have Atman, and the energy or the essence of the this particular card is the infinite aspect of the soul. So right side up, it says, "Blessed soul, you have now begun to see glimpses of the divinity that exists within you. And there's so much more to experience. You are filled with limitless potential and have realized that the only obstacles that exist are within the mind. You have reached a deeper connection to your highest self, the immortal aspect of your essence, the very seed of your soul, Atman. Your meditation has unveiled hidden depths to your true being and allowed you to experience the vastness that exists inside you. You have become aware that you are a microcosm. Sorry, guys. You have become aware that you are a microcosm of the greater microcosm, a reflection of the universe. Now bring this expansiveness into the everyday and watch your life unfold." All right, so again, this, I could tell immediately this card was all about wisdom, specifically inner wisdom, and understanding that there is always a bigger picture, right? So you have the bigger picture and then you have the details, but there's a time and a place to focus on each of them individually because they contribute to the other. And so it's not one or the other, it's both. It's just a matter of the cycles in which you're supposed to focus your energy. And hopefully that makes sense. If you have questions, by all means, comment below and let me know, okay? All right, and so then we have position number 9, right? Position number 9 is the ritual. So this is how I can use this particular deck, or how the deck wants me to use it in everyday practice, right? So when we talk about a ritual, we're talking about an everyday routine or an everyday practice that you do, such as brushing your teeth, washing your face, getting up to go to work, you know, making your bed, like doing meditations in the morning, or you go to yoga every day, right? Like different things that you do every single day as part of a routine. So, all right. Let's see. That card is Buddha. Bear with me a few seconds here and I'll hold it up. All right. So that particular card is Buddha, and it came right side up. All right. Page 29. Perfect. All right, so right side up, the essence of the card is one who is aware. Right side up, it says, "Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul. Right now, that is you. You have woken up to your true self and let go of the illusions that were binding you to the material world. You have taken off the mask of security and given a good look into the vastness of your own soul. You have realized that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather it just is. You understand the non-dual nature of the world and are letting go of the judgments of the mind. Hold the knowledge that we are all Buddha nature. It just takes remembering." So in this particular practice, in this particular position, it's just stating that it wants me to use it anytime that I need to remove judgment and let go of illusions. A lot of times it's easy for us to kind of get bogged down with the pressures of the world and things of that nature, and what we think we should be doing. And sometimes we just really need to take a step back and clear the fog, turn down the noise on everybody else, and crank our own volume up on our own voices and our own intuition. And so this deck is just saying that anytime that I need to find solace and create a sacred space is when I need to pull this deck out and use it, because here again, taking that time to create solace in my sacred space is also part of establishing a boundary to create balance and tune into my own frequency to see what needs adjusting, right? All right, guys, so that is our deck interview. I hope you really enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed learning more about this deck and how to do your own deck interview. Again, share this video with a friend who would love to learn more about a Yogic Path Oracle deck, and who would love to learn how to do their own deck interview and cleansing for a brand new deck that they own. Or, you know, if you already have an Oracle deck or a Tarot deck and you feel like you have never ever interviewed your deck before, never too late to start doing it, right? So find out why you've attracted, or why you are why you're attracted to a particular deck that you have, especially if you're finding it hard to understand the different readings that are coming through, or having a hard time getting answers to the questions that you're asking. You may also want to take a look at the types of questions that you're asking, right? Because Spirit is always answering what you're asking. It just may not be in the way that you quote unquote expect it to, right? But you're always getting an answer to what you're asking. All right, loves, make sure you hit subscribe. And for those of you that are curious, I also have a freebie for you in the description below. You can find the link to access my empath analysis and guide, so that you can find out what your true empath type is, and get a better understanding of your particular energy, especially right now with all this madness and fear going around with COVID-19 pandemic. Okay, so you guys stay safe, wash your hands, and just really try your best to establish some boundaries, right? And keep your energy high. All right, loves, if you have questions, please comment below and let me know. But hit subscribe and share, hit like and share this video with a friend that could use it. Bye.